All right. Welcome back to UniX TCG. It has been a hectic, busy week, but we are here to continue our coverage of the manga booster. Today, we will be going into the red cell area with the androids and a few reprints too. We will be grading the art of alt arts as well as the reprints from previous sets, but I hope you guys are ready to dive in and hear my takes on this. So, let's hop into it, and thank you guys for watching. Okay, so the first card we're going to go over is going to be the leader. It's just Cell. That's it. Really, really good pose. Iconic pose for you guys that know it. You can even see this, even if you haven't read the manga, you've only watched the anime, you know what pose this is. But essentially, he draws one card when he attacks, and then activate main or battle, like all leaders pretty much. He's going to be able to flip over. If he's at 4 life or less, draw one card, then you flip him. Now the second one, amazing original Toriyama art. And yeah, when attacking, if a battle card with Android and his special traits is removed from your battle area by a skill this turn, draw one card, and then this card gains plus 20k power for the battle, making it a 40k swing. Now, normally, you want to swing with your leader earlier to get the draw, and because it's generally your lowest attack coming in that turn, but this guy being a 40k that draws one makes it probably the highest attack you're going to be having that turn, meaning it's not a problem to wait until later to swing with your leader. And this is actually great for sequencing when you're against decks like yellow or black that have use of things like Hell Rakshasa or Ultimate Sparking. Now, looking at the alt art, I've mentioned this before, the gold foil in the background just doesn't really do it for me. I wish there was like more manga art in the back, but it is what it is. He's still a very, very clean leader, and I will say, unlike Goku, because there's so much like straight up white on Cell's skin, it does pop a little harder when the gold foil's there versus the original because it contrasts with his actual skin. So I'm happy with this one overall. Now the next card we have here is Android 16. He's a 2-cost 20k card, 5k combo power. Activate main, place this card in a battle area into its owner's drop. If your leader is an Android only card, play up to 1 Android 17 or 18 with a cost of 2 or less in your drop from your drop in rest mode. Now there's a couple of things I want to point out here. One of them is conjecture, one of them is this. This is pretty decent. Note that they come out in rest mode, so you'll have to protect them for a turn before your opponent can before you actually get to swing with them. However, this does also mean that powerful come into play effects can be reused with this. You can bring in 18 or a 17, so it's not both, it's either or. Now the thing I want to point out here is that we are still not out of the woods for potentially getting dual colored leaders one day, and they're still doing specified costs with these costs. Look at this card, it only has one specified red, which means if you have, for instance, two energy and one's green, one's red, you could play this card for 2. And if that, or you can play this card for 2 because you only need 1 red. And the cool thing about this is that you have a lot of mix-ups that you can do. Imagine a world one day where we have red-green androids, which I think is one of the most highly likely combinations that'll be coming in. And with red-green androids, you're able to play a card like this and send him to the trash because your leader is probably going to be Android only, and then you can bring back Android 18 SR from set 1, draw 1, discard 1, and then if she survives a turn, you can then swing with her again to start drawing. So I think that this is a really, really cool card with a lot of implications for the future. Now, going over to its alt art, I love this. I've seen it in Dokkan, I've seen it in like the manga. It's just good. And Goku being in the back when their mission is to kill Goku just really seals it all in. So this is a beautiful alt art. Beautiful alt art. Next card we have here is Android 17. It's a 15k power, 2k like cost, and then 10k combo power. On play, discard 1 battle card with Android and its special traits from your hand. If your leader is an Android only card, draw 2 cards. So if you bring this back with 16, you are then going to be able to discard an Android card and then draw 2 cards. Great filter. Even in 18, like a lot of this like serves as retro support to 18. You can discard a field card you don't need to draw 2 cards. This is just good in general. And then we are going to go over to the next card. The next card we have here is the alt art, and the alt art is actually going to be pretty cool. I'm not really like this one. I'm less hyped on. I love the red background, and I do know this scene. I believe this is when they're walking out of Jiro's lab, and he's talking to his sister, and 16 just kind of like, bro, where am I? But like at the same time, yeah, it's just cool. It's cool. My favorite part about 17's original design is that the dude had a gun where he like could literally fly, shoot ki, and like punch holes in mountains. So that's pretty funny. Now we're going to go over to our first SR, and this is going to be Android 18. And one cost 5k power, 0 combo power, which is a little vexing, but it's because it's a one drop that does quite a lot. On play, if your leader is an Android only card, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with the cost of 5 or less in Android into special traits, and add it to your hand. Then you place the rest of your the bottom of your deck in the order, and then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it gets -5 power for the turn. So this is actually really, really cool. It's going to search top 3 for an Android. The Android has to have a cost of 5 or less, so it still does have that restriction. However, being able to -5 is going to tear through your opponent's cantrips in order to be able to attack them without them putting their hands up. And that's actually pretty cool. I dig that. Now, whether I think that's going to be is going to make it feel better that it's a 0 combo, I'm not sure about that. That being said, your opponent won't really have a reason to get rid of this off the field, so maybe you can work in an attack later depending on what you got, but the 0 combo power really does hurt. But it is a one drop that does a lot. The next card we have here is just an Android 18, 2 cost, 20k power, 5k combo power blocker. On play, she's going to add 1 card from your life to your hand, and that's pretty much what we got going on there. Nothing really too special about that one. Next, we got the Pillsbury Doughbot, Android 19. 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo power. On play, if your leader is an Android only card, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and gains -15k power for the turn. This is kind of fun. This is literally a remember the Vegeta Daima promo from the Ultimate Battle? This is that, but for Androids instead of Daima. Like, I don't know, sometimes you just gotta reprint a card, I guess, but that's the story for Androids in general. They just keep reprinting other cards with Android as the condition. Now we have got a Android 19 and 20. It is a 2 cost, 20k power, 5k combo power card. On play, if your leader is awakened, play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 in Android and special traits from your hand. This can allow you to get out quite a few things. Just the Android we just went over, the Android 18 in the set, you could play that and then be able to search your top 3 minus something by 5k. But this is a pretty decent card, and it's a card that has a lot of room because it just says if your leader is awakened, you can play an Android. So it's not leader locked, it's more archetype locked, and who knows how many 1-cost Androids we're going to see in the course of this game. So this card will probably actually just hold value as long as the game goes. Next, we've got Android 20, and Android 20 is a 1-cost, 5k power, 10k combo power. On play, if your leader is awakened, choose your cell leader or up to 1 cell in your battle area. It gains plus 10k power for the turn. This is Margarita on steroids, except it's more limited. And the cool thing about this is I always used to talk about the difference between Pansy and Daima and Margarita, with Margarita being able to buff itself and swing for neutral 20, but Pansy being able to buff your leader, which paired very well with Glorio. Well, this kind of splits the best of both worlds while limiting the effect even further. You have to choose a cell, but it can hit your leader, and it can't hit itself, but that's still pretty intense, making your leader potentially a 50k swing. If you are going for a double strike and you have the energy to blow, you could play this guy, make sure something leaves your field, attack with your leader for 50,000, and then decide to combo on top of it if you so choose, and then be able to go double strike afterwards. So this is actually a really, really, really strong card. Now the next card we have here is another 1-cost cell, and this is where it starts to get a little juicy because we are seeing a cell chain. And for you Masters players, you're probably shivering right now, but it's not in green, so you can probably assume there's no hand destruction on it. You've got Cell, it's a 1-cost, 15k power, 5k combo power. End of your turn, place 1 Android 17 and this card from your battle area into the owner's drop. Then if your leader is an Android only card, draw 1 card and then play up to 1 cell with a power of 25k from your hand. So this is interesting because it's end of your turn. You won't be able to trigger your your leader effect from it during your turn. However, you can still actually get an attack off with this guy and then have him level up at the end phase. Him and 17 can attack, and then you can send this guy and the 17 away to level up. Drawing a card is interesting because it's going to replace the cell that you're going to cheat from your hand. So yeah, but it's really when we get to the second part of this, the alt art, that we really see something cool. Now, I will not hold you. I love seeing this card in color, and I love seeing this pretty much be the manga cover that it was. However, I don't like the fact that the leader's front side and this card are the same art. I think that was a little lazy, but it is an iconic cell art, so I'm not mad. If that does that make sense? That makes sense. I'm not mad, but I'm just like, really? So anywho though, this is beautiful. That's that. The comments I just made aside, this is a beautiful alt art. Now, moving on to the next card, we have got Cell, and we're going up the chain right here, and then it's a 4-cost, 25k power, 10k combo power. On play, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area. It gets minus 10k power for the turn. Activate main, place 1 Android 18 and this card from your battle area into the area, the owner's drop. Then if your leader is an Android only card, draw 1 card and then play up to 1 cell with 30k power from your hand. So this is going to be really, really awesome because 1, it's a 10k. You know how we all love 10ks in this deck, good combo power. 2, playing this chooses a battle card in your opponent's battle area and it gains minus 10k, which is going to combo with other cards in this archetype. And then 3, it's an activate main to level this guy up, meaning that you can get an attack with an 18, you can get an attack with this guy, then you can activate main, send this card to the drop, and then you're going to level up to a your draw 1, level up to a cell with 30k power. But because this happened in your activate main, your leader will have the ability to get its boost, so it'll be a 40k swinger drawing a card, and then you also have your cell still going in. So I think this is actually a very, very, very cool piece. Now, just in case you were looking for a place to buy the manga booster, my new sponsor, Hyper Beam Cards, definitely has the stock to suit your needs. They ship to not only Mexico, but the US as well, being located in Tijuana, and this is the place to go if you have not already found your manga booster, because we all know how allocation can get you. Go down in the description, check out their socials and their site, make sure you have your cards. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay, so now we're back to look at the payoff for the Cell chain. You have got Cell. He's a 5-cost, 30k power card with 10k combo power, bless. And then on play, add up to 1 card with 4 or less in Android and its special traits from your drop to your hand. Then, if your leader is an Android only card, play up to 1 Android 18 with a cost of, this is when you're KO'd, with a cost of 2 or less from your drop. So, here's a couple things. 1, the Android 17 promo only requires that you have an Android leader, and so you could use it in this deck. But 2, this can recycle that Android 17 that plays a 3-cost red Android there. So you got a lot of plays you can do with this. Furthermore, when KO'd, you do play an 18, but like I said, not only can you play the 1-drop 18 to search to reset up, but if we ever get dual colors, you're going to be able to play the 2-cost that can draw 1 and then discard 1. So that's actually just really cool. I am looking to see what we are going to be doing with this card in the future. And then we have the SR Cell. Now, unfortunately, the extra 5k in his power makes him so he cannot be played off the chain, but he is a 5-cost as well. 0k combo power, but we'll get to that. And then when attacking, choose up to 1 battle card with 1,000 or 10,000 power or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it. And then you have the activate main once per turn. Place 1 card with Android and special traits from your battle area into its owner's drop. Choose up to 2 battle cards in your opponent's battle area. They gain minus 20k power for the turn. So this is actually really, really cool. You can actively trigger your leader's ability using this card. Once per turn, you just place the Android card there. You can get rid of a 20k by minusing it 20k in general, and then you can get rid of a 30k by minusing it by 20k, and then swinging with this card and then popping it because it's now 10k. So this is super good removal on 1 card. I'm definitely digging it, and I definitely will need to test out Cell because it looks like it might actually be the best red deck we've had in a long time. And I mean, that's not saying much, but at the same time, it's saying a lot to the red players. Now, the next card that we have here is going to be Cell Jr. 3-cost, 15k power, 10k combo power. Seems very reminiscent of the green one. However, permanent, if the leader is Android only, if your leader is Android only and you have a cell with an original power of 30k or more in your battle area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its cost. Nice. And then on play, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area. It gains minus 5k power for the turn. So very, very, very similar. Gonna be able to cheat it out as long as you have Cell. Doesn't have a color requirement, so like I said, I think red green androids are somewhere in the future, and this is a really, really cool card to have. So I'm digging it. Next card we have is Royal Defense's Last Stand. It's a 1-cost. Activate main, add 1 card from your life to your hand. If your leader is an Android only card, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it gets minus 20k power for the turn. This is crazy early game. Early game, this is such good removal. And it gets rid of so many problem issues. Gets rid of 2-cost Trunks in black. It gets rid of Videls. It gets rid of actually quite a lot. Like, I could just go on and go on. And since it's not KOs, it gets around things like the 1-cost or the 2-cost Krillin that would ramp them on KO. It gets rid of Pansy if it gets played again in Daima. It gets rid of so many things, and that's kind of a problem. I'm not going to hold you. It's a problem. So, yeah, this is actually a very, very strong card. Late game, it's just a charge. It's a discard with 17. There's a lot of things, but yeah, early game is great. Then next card is Self-Destruct, and Self-Destruct just straight up says that it's a 1-cost, activate main KO, 1 battle card with android and special traits in your battle area. If your leader is an android only card, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 battle card with 30k power or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it. In a lot of ways, this is a power crept God Kamehameha. You don't have to have a requirement. Like, instead of being like if you have 0 cards on the board in the battle area, if you have 0 battle cards, it's a 1-cost. This just says if you use a battle card, it's a 1-cost, and you're getting to draw. So this, in some cases, was just straight up a power creep on God Kamehameha, but your leader has to be android. The next card is Instant Transmission. It's a 0-cost. Activate battle, your turn. If your leader is an android only card and you have a cell with an original power of 30k or more in your battle area, the card that's in battle gains 15k power for the battle. So it can't just come off of a clear board, and your opponent can remove your cell and then continue. However, if your cell does remain, you will be able to use a free 15k. This might be a little too risky. We have to see what the removal is like in the format, but this might be a little too risky to play, in my opinion, because they can just turn it off. They can just remove your cell, and by that time, you probably are already at 5 or 6 energy, so it won't be that hard to remove a cell with 30k power, 35k power. You remove it, and this card is turned off and dead in your hand. Now we're over at the reprints, and so we can kind of just grade the art on those reprints. Here we have Android 17. Okay, I mean, there's not really much else to say about that. I love the art though, because it is a signature panel. It is a signature panel. Look at his game face, clean. Then we got Android 17, 18. This is just their iconic sitting around looking like literally this is just them pulling up. It's good. It's not great. It's not bad. It's iconic for them though. Then we've got this Android 18. You got Cell in the background just looking super ridiculous. You got 18 making a face that is probably why Krillin's making that face. Like just imagine you're looking up with a button in your hands and she's looking down at you with that face. I would have folded too. Don't at me. Then we've got Dr. Gero in Chibi form for the super combo. I mean, that's cool. Well, Dr. Gero. It's technically Dr. Gero, but that's cool, I guess. That's cool. And then we got Bleak Future. Honestly, Bleak Future doesn't really look great regardless of the card you use, but if you like the manga style, you got this. If you like the generated art, you got the other one. And then you've got, to finish off the video, Hell's Flash, and Hell's Flash is just looking pretty cool. I think it's good regardless of which art you use, but I do like this art a lot. I just wish it was in color. And those are pretty much all the cards from Red, and yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up the video. So yeah, when it comes to Cell, I definitely want to put them together and start testing them. The thing about Cell is that it's not just the product that we got in this set. He's actually an amalgamation of set 6 as well, because a lot of Android 18 and Cell's just like pieces can be interchanged with both decks, so he technically has a whole set of support just on release. So I'm excited to see how he's gonna go. I do think the specified cost being very low for Red just kind of shows that it may not be meant to just stay a Red deck forever. We're definitely gonna have to look into that. And then on top of that, I'm just excited to dive into the rest of the manga booster, so stay tuned. We're gonna really be diving into it. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Like I said before, if you want to find this product online, you can always go to Hyper Beam Cards and just check out their inventory. Make sure that you can snag some for yourself. Lastly but not least, I gotta give a special shout out to all of my Patreons. I will be uploading on the Patreon our Patreon testing night matches. Before I was just doing them there, but I really want to make sure that even the people that can't make it can see all the testing that we do and the talks that we go through. So I will be uploading those on Patreon for everybody to see. And then on top of that, a special shout out to everybody on there: the Denizens of Universe X, the Galactic Patrol, the Universal Aristocrats, and then the top tier, my Realm of Xers. Thank you guys for being the biggest supporters of me offside this platform. The Big Daddy Flapjacks, the Beer R's, the Brother Bears, the Bryce R's, the Christopher V's, the Dallas S's. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys do, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.